Welcome to my channel. This is Amy from Amy Katz Colors. Thank you for joining me today. In this video, I want to chat about color by number. And I will also share with you my collection, which is really what you're looking at right here. It's not much. And my completed pages. So we've come a long way on color by number. I still have some coloring books from my childhood that were color by number. I really enjoyed them then, and I really enjoy them now. Color by number is interesting. It's not for everyone. It's not every colorist, but you know, that's the really cool thing about color by number, or coloring in general, is that it's like most hobbies, but it's very personal. There really is something for everyone, from the most simple coloring to the most complex. There's cute, and there is horror. There's all kinds of genres. You can use all different kinds of mediums, and color by number to me is an extension of that. And it's also like, to me, it's almost it's separate from the rest of the coloring that I do. I turn to color by number when I'm not feeling very creative, and sometimes in a coloring slump, but I love it just as much as regular adult coloring. And there's nothing wrong with that. This year, as I have gotten back into adult coloring and have found more things online on Instagram and YouTube, and found this whole community of colorists, I've discovered some adult color by number. And I know that there's a ton more out there. I'm not sure. I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to be into. So I started with this book here, 100 Best Adult Color by Numbers, because it contains a lot of different styles and a lot of different themes and a lot of different types of color by number. So I started with that, and then because I had found out about Lyrica and these amazing books from Art Therapy Hachette Heroes, I did go out and get, thanks to some enabling online on behalf of the coloring community, Color by Number Coloriage Mystérieuse, Disney Vitro, which is the stained glass color by number, and the Looney Tunes Volume 1 or Tune 1 as well. So this is a start. I definitely want to complete some more pages before I start, figuring out what else I want. But I've really enjoyed color by number. And like I said, sometimes I'm just in a mood to color by number, but it's definitely kind of different than all the other stuff. So I enjoy watching the color by number videos on YouTube just as much as I like watching regular coloring, to kind of get a taste for what books are out there and what I might like. But yeah, I think that's really all I have to say about it. When I color by number, to me, some of them are pretty quick and easy and mindless, and you can just sit down a lot, especially this one. I'll sit down and actually recline in front of the television with the lap desk and color, and it's great. I remember when I first got this, I was kind of rolling through. You can see I've done 10 pages in here. So it was really cool. So I think with that, and I'm just going to let the rest of this come organically as I go through the books and the completed pages, but I'll start with this one. So it's 100 Best Adult Color by Numbers, and it is from Sun Life Drawing 2022. Both my daughter and I have been coloring in this one, but I've only flagged 10 that I'll show you, and really more so that you can get an idea of some of the pages and stuff that are in here and what you can do with them. So there is a color palette test page here at the front. These are all single-sided, and that's great because I have, I don't know that I've used alcohol markers in here, but even with the water-based markers, because the paper is thin on the thinner side, you can see there's some bleed through. So yeah, but that's okay. I always put a page behind to protect, to make sure it doesn't go through anymore. What I did with these is I went out and purchased Ohuhu water-based markers, and I'll show those to you. I got the set here. I don't even remember how many are in here. Let's see if we can figure it out. 120, and they come with these swatch cards. And this is a pretty good set. I really didn't have any, like a good set of water-based markers, so I watched some videos, try to narrow it down, figure out what I wanted to buy and not break the bank doing it. Also comes with this protector sheet, so hopefully you can see this and it's in frame. That's one of the things I need to get better about. But yeah, here's, you can see it folds out. There's quite a few. Now what I've done for this book, specific book, is I have gone to the color chart at the back here on the back cover, and I've picked out from this set like all the colors that to me best represented the colors 1 through 22, and then I put them in like a little carrying case. It's actually in the other room. Let me go and get it. All right, so it's in this it's kind of like a pencil or makeup. Actually, it's makeup. It's from Target, from the cosmetics section. This is a cosmetic bag that is clear on the side, but I put them out and then put them in here so that I don't have to like figure it out all the time, like which colors I want to use. Incidentally, I have to say this. I don't know if you all struggle the way I struggle with this, but with this set and then other markers that we have, because I have since also purchased the Crayola Super Tips set that is either 100 or 120, and then just random markers that I had from before. Red orange is so difficult to nail down. I've had a lot of trouble with that one, but everything else seems to be okay. Here's where I've tested some of the, like here's my red orange. Like some of them clearly are way off. These are like a bunch of browns. So red orange has been hard for me. I don't know why that is. Maybe you know of a good red orange. Maybe it's just I don't have the right set. Maybe I need to get some different markers. Whatever. Enough blabbling. But yeah, that's kind of what I did when I first got this book, was to get some good big set of water-based markers. So this is the first one that I completed, and it was with those markers. And these are from the spring book. So all you can purchase, I guess I should have said this. I'm doing terrible, guys. I'm really sorry. All of these pages are a selection from these books that are here, that are mentioned here. So they're all from Sun Life. So this one's the spring book. There's a QR code here that you could scan if you were interested in purchasing the full book of spring. So it's Spring Color by Numbers for Adults. And this one kind of looks like kind of stained glass-ish, some funky designs and spaces. This one's also from the spring book, and they do kind of go in order through some of the seasons and the holidays, and also different types. But there's, let's see, so in this one, there's spring, and then it goes into the next book. So it's just a couple from each book that's represented. So there's those. Now this one's a different one. So this one's from Color by Number Quest Squares. So let me turn it. So so you can see it better. It's a shoe, a high-heeled shoe with some flowers. They look like roses in them, and this was really cool. I think I also used, I think for all the pages I did, I used the Ohuhu water-based markers. This cross method where you do the cross, like looks kind of like cross stitch instead of filling in the whole square. I don't know if I even knew that that was a thing when I did it, but I know now that it is. But I really liked how that turned out. And I know a lot of people do that kind of fill in for your color by number, so that's pretty cool. Let's see what the next one is. Now this one is from another book, Sea Animals, with black backgrounds, and it tells you what year it came out to. This is a 2023 book. This is little circles, and I started on this one, you can tell, I started by filling in the entire circle. But then I was kind of like, you know, I wonder, it probably would look just as good if I just kind of dabbed, like using the brush tip, because like I should have said this too. I'm really underprepared for this video today. These Ohuhu markers have a brush tip and a fine liner, which that was also something I was looking for. So like, I was just kind of dabbing to fill it in and not filling in the whole circle. I just wanted to see how that would look. And I like it. So I ended up, because I did that, I ended up filling in all the ones on the corners to make it kind of look like I did that on purpose. It's a seal with some fish, and he's got a hold of a starfish in his mouth. So I like how that turned out. Again, hope I'm in frame because I didn't try to figure that out before the start of the video today. Here's one from Birds Color by Number 2023. I really like how this one turned out. This has like a frame. And this is another from Birds. Hopefully I've got some more examples of different types. Oh yeah, so here's a different type of color by number. This is 3D mandala color by number, and this one was fun. I did this one, which is Lines Dots Quest animal color by number, and it's got lines and dots, kind of like a Tetris-y thing going on here, and I really enjoyed coloring in this one. It's an elephant. I completed this one from Lines and Dots Color by Number. It's a different book than the other one, but similar kind of style here. So that was cool. And then there's one more, so I think I've done 10. And this one's from Night Patterns Color by Number, a book here from 2022. And it's kind of this florally design with limited, I think I was like, this day I was like, I just want a few colors. So I was looking for one that didn't have a ton of different colors. Because you could look, that's one of the things that I'll do is I'll sit here and be like, oh, well, how many colors are in the page? So I hope that gives you a good idea of what is in this type of book. I've really enjoyed it. Like I said, when I got it, it looks like I didn't even put the date, and I didn't even initial and date every single one of these suckers, but I think I did them all between like March and April, I want to say. Every single one of these 10. And then I kind of switched back over to some regular coloring. Sorry, I'm like slamming the table and putting my arms down and shaking my phone for filming. And I know not to do that. But anyway, I really like it. I think there are a couple more types in here that maybe I haven't done yet. So like this one has a mosaic. It's a Christmas mosaic. This one has some grayscale. These are Christmas in the back of the book. This one's different that I hadn't done yet. It's another Christmas book. It's a different one, but I don't know if you can see this, but they're little triangles. Let's see. These are fun from like a stained glass mermaid book. I know there is a flip through of this book up on YouTube because that's how I found it. This one's like a big old floral, but it tells you, I mean, it shows you little tiny images here on the cover of the types of color by number. But yeah, I actually haven't come back to doing this in quite some time, like I said, because I've just kind of taken a break from it, but I really, really enjoy it. So there's another one. But yeah, the dots, the mosaic, the stained glass, this one kind of has it all, which I think is really cool because that's just the type of kind of person that I am, is I want to have some variety. So 100 best color by number. All right, the rest will go kind of quick because you guys have seen these books all over the internet. This gorgeous one here. So I basically saw all the videos, your lovely videos in the coloring community and Instagram on Hachette Heroes Art Therapy, and watched all the flip throughs. Thank you, fellow YouTubers. And I determined, of all the ones that I saw, and this is probably back in April, May, that this was the one I wanted to start with. And I love it so much. I have done 3 in this book. I did Ariel, I think, for Mermaid. Yep, Mermaid. And I did use some glossy accents here on the bubble. I guess I could have also done her eye. And I did not go back over the lines with anything. Mostly I did on her hair right here to show the different sections. I just went back over it with a colored pencil, like a Prismacolor. I think it's a black. But I know that you can do that. I kind of intentionally stayed away from the lines as I filled it in, just so you could still see, because I like that. I like that you can see like the lines of the stained glass. Now, I've been using exclusively acrylic paint pens or acrylic paint markers for my books, for these books. I had already figured that out in watching videos on YouTube, that was kind of like the way to go, so to speak. I mean, it's personal preference, guys. You do what you want, but I really like them because it does mostly cover up the lines, and there's less, let me say, less streakiness. So the ones that I ended up buying, I have a bunch of Thule art, and then I also have some Ohuhu. The Ohuhu, this came out, this was newer. I'm not even gonna say that. Kakaku. Seriously, Kakaku. 30 colors, and it came in a case. So I got these like later on. They're kind of big, on the bigger side, but these work out really nice, and it came with swatch charts and this is a 30 of them in here, for both like a white cardstock and a black cardstock. The Thule arts, grab them, that would have been smart. I bought this case to put them in, and I have the acrylic paint pens, a couple different sets. I think I got the Jewel Tone, I don't even remember what I have, Yellows and Earth, I believe. And then I have another set of Ohuhus that I think are the biggest that you can get otherwise, which is like a 48 set, so I have that as well. And that's in addition to, I did buy separately some white and black acrylic paint pens. I was looking to see if I had one of those, but oh yeah, right here. So Arteza acrylic marker. I got a box of these. So use those most often. So that's the first one. And then completed one from the Jungle Book over here. Hopefully you can see that. And then the third one that I completed was this one from Frozen. Love it. So my daughter has the Cats and Felines book, and we bought them at the same time, and that was her first one. To choose the page numbers, because we love them all, we've either been asking family members to pick a number, 1 through whatever, like how many does this have? I think it's 100, it has 100. We're like, pick a number 1 through 100, or we just Google like the random number generator and we'll do that. And that's kind of fun because then it's like just random what we're going to end up coloring, and we don't have to pick because we just love them all so much. So I wanted to mention that. I feel like there's something else that I wanted to mention too, and I just, for those of you out there who maybe for some reason are following me and you have not seen other videos about these color by numbers, these types of books have been around with Hachette Heroes for a really long time. I knew about them back when I was coloring in adult coloring books in like 2018, 2019, but I never purchased them. As much as I love Disney, I never purchased them. And it was because I'm like, not this book, but maybe like Looney Tunes. Like I saw this and I was like, there is no freaking way I'm going to be interested in coloring in something so intricate, so tiny, where it's so difficult to read the numbers. Well, I got on the bandwagon because we went over to a friend's house earlier this year, and she had the Cats and Felines, and she had the Grand Classiques Tome 1. And we got an opportunity to sit down and work on that at her house, and we fell in love instantly. And that's actually back when we did our first purchase. So I was convinced by seeing it in person and doing it. So I guess what I'm saying is, if maybe you've been hesitant to ever try these books out, maybe just get one and see if you like it. The other thing I'll say with regard to that is there's different levels of difficulty. Like this one is actually on the easier side. There are some of the pages that have tinier spots and are more detailed, but most of them are not. Like that one is, and that one's got a lot of spaces, but most of them are actually pretty easy if you're just starting out. This Looney Tune one is pretty detailed, but actually it doesn't bother me. I can see, and I have a hard time seeing, but I mean, you definitely want to make sure you have some good lighting. We'll say that. So this tripod that I'm using to film has a ring light on it, and I usually turn that on if I'm coloring because it provides some additional light. But yeah, I wouldn't give up on this if you think you might be interested. I would also encourage you to watch flip-throughs of all of the books. I know maybe some people want to be surprised because you may not know what you're coloring, but if you look through the solution, I'm going to show the solutions, right? Like if you look at people's videos and they're showing the solutions, that may also help you make a decision on what to purchase, like it did for me. I could see what I was getting, like, is it something that I want to color, interested in color? Is it too complicated or not complicated enough, depending on your style? Maybe you want a lot of detail, maybe you don't. So I would definitely encourage you to look through those videos because you don't want to be disappointed with what you get. So, and I know for the Disney one, I'll come back to that. I know for the Disney ones too, a lot of people are saying like you got to be mindful of, like, some of them are, like, have a lot of dark pictures, and is that something that's going to bother you? Some of them have, different movies that are featured in them, and is that something that you want to look for? So I would definitely, unless you really don't care and you just want to be surprised, I would look through and see what you're getting. So that's what I've done in this book. So I've done 3. And then last but not least, the Looney Tunes, which I love this book a lot. I grew up watching Looney Tunes. I enjoyed everything I colored in here, and I enjoy everything that I've colored in here, the 2 pages that I've done so far. And I think you might have saw them because I was kind of flipping through earlier, but it's this one that I did back in June of Sylvester. And it's so smooth too. So this one had a fair amount of detail and colors. And then I did, the first one that I did was actually this one back here of Taz. And he's crying and looking at this postcard or picture of a koala. I have no context whatsoever because I think these are from when Looney Tunes, like the newer Looney Tunes came out, I think, because I was trying to, from some of these images, I'm like, do I remember watching that cartoon or is it newer? Because I think they are newer, but I think some of the ideas and concepts are not, like, I kind of remember that. But yeah, I'm not going to do a full flip through because I know that already exists out there. But if you want me to, of course I will. And if you have any questions, please let me know. So yeah, that's all for the color by number. Do you color by number? Do you have any book recommendations for me? Other than I will be getting the other Toon Looney Tunes. I will be getting some more Disney. I'm not sure if I want the Barbie one yet. I like the Smurfs book, but I wasn't into Smurfs as much growing up as I was Looney Tunes. So anyway, that's it for me. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.